Texans are in danger of losing our religious liberty. That's my reaction from living in Texas amid a campaign of bigotry against the Muslim community and faith. It's time to act to protect a fundamental American right. Hi friends, I'm Larry Payne, your host of Tracks for the Journey, a network dedicated to building well-being through spirituality, psychology, and ethics. We need to explore the Central American right of religious liberty and how we must preserve it for everyone. And yes, that includes Christians and Americans of all traditions. Today, I want to explain what religious liberty actually means and why it's fragile. I want to look at what's happening on the ground in Texas and then offer 3 actions that you can take in this important. Texas Monthly described a recent event like this. Some 6,000 Texans gathered in front of Sugar Land's City Hall to break bread together. The occasion was an iftar, the end of the day meal during Ramadan, a time of fasting and prayer for many of the world's 2 billion Muslims. Families sat together on the grounds, kids blew bubbles and kicked soccer balls, all enjoyed free food provided by the restaurants. And as the sun set, the Muslim call to prayer played over loudspeakers as a video screen showed the faithful. It seems to me in reading this that for Sugar Land's large, vibrant Muslim community, it was a joyous and peaceful occasion. But the backlash opposing the festival came swiftly. And this shows the danger. If Muslims are attacked for having a community about their faith, then any of us, no matter what our allegiance may be, are in danger. So here's the situation now. Texas is home to more than 500,000 Muslims. Dozens of mosques are found in the cities from north to south. In March 2026, more than 35,000 gathered in Houston for a festival at the beginning of Ramadan. Yet a dark current of hate flows in the public arena today. Not everyone is happy with Muslims. Political ads have issued dark warnings about terrorism. This year, right-wing influencer and convicted felon Steve Bannon told a meeting of the Save Texas from Radical Islam group, they've taken London, they've taken New York City, they've taken Chicago, and they would give them all up for Texas. In this very tell them, take your Sharia law and shove it. The Texas governor, Greg Abbott, is leading a coordinated campaign against Muslims. He has declared, without any evidence, a 30-year-old civil rights organization, the Council on American Islamic Relations, as a terrorist organization. Muslim charter schools are excluded from the new educational vouchers that grant thousands of dollars to parents for private education. A Muslim state representative received so many threats, he hired a security firm to guard his house. Abbott himself has attacked the Muslim religious code called Sharia law, in spite of the fact that Catholics have canon law and Mormons have a general handbook for conduct and discipline. To me, all of this has the ugly marks of a hate campaign not seen since the battles for desegregation 75 years ago. Let me share my bias. I'm proud to be a member of a Christian congregation that has shared a building and worship services with the local synagogue. It has hosted interfaith discussions, and these actions build understanding and strengthen the fabric of it. Surely, all of us can agree that God is bigger than any person or group can contain or even understand. All of us benefit when we learn from each other and coexist in the human quest to seek God. So let's step back for a wider view. What is this wonderful American value of religious liberty? You know that the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. For 250 years, these words have enabled all. Religious liberty has benefits for everyone. Churches, mosques, temples, and synagogues must be supported by donations, not by our taxes. No elected office could have a requirement about an official's religion. Corporations must provide accommodations for people to observe their faith. A prospective soldier can be excused from military service by a conscientious objection waiver. Certainly, the state must be neutral to not promote or diminish any religion. Most important of all of these benefits of religious liberty, our freedom to believe what we want to believe, what I want to believe, what you want to believe, and gathers with others is an ironclad right. I'll have much more to share after this brief break. Thank you for listening to this media cast. I welcome your comments and ideas. Email me directly at connecttfj@yahoo.com. I have a weekly newsletter and a YouTube channel filled with more resources. You can find more resources for well-being at my Tracks for the Journey website, www.well-being.com. I hope you'll subscribe to keep moving on your journey to well-being. Today, indeed, the freedoms of religious liberty are under attack. Gunmen have murdered Muslims, Jews, and Christians in houses of worship. Mosques, temples, and synagogues have been denied building permits. Social media spews hate from anonymous cowards. If you can believe this, a Texas woman was sentenced to 5 years in prison for attempted murder when she tried to drown a 3-year-old because the mother wore a traditional hijab head covering and spoke Arabic. But in the ultimate irony, Texas leaders threatened protesters using their First Amendment rights to demonstrate against Israel's attacks on Gaza, but have themselves attacked the freedom of Muslims in Texas. Hospital chaplain, several Muslim nurses who wore the traditional head covering reported being criticized by Christian patients who told them they were going to hell. I felt sadness for those nurses and frustration at the intolerant patients who forgot about Jesus saying, love your neighbor as yourself. So you might be asking, where did this campaign of discrimination come from? The source of this bigotry is Christian nationalism, which teaches the falsehood that America is a nation which must give Christians primary place in all areas. Christian nationalism, wrote one historian, contends that America has been and should always be distinctively Christian from top to bottom in its identity, interpretations of its history, sacred symbols, cherished values, and public policies. This is a political, and its ultimate goal is power. It is this movement that is driving the actions of Texas leaders and many others. Here's examples of how this is showing up right now. It's seen when a Jewish writing, the Ten Commandments, is mandated to appear in all public classrooms. It shows when Muslim healthcare providers are discouraged by patients or not employed by a healthcare institution. It shows up when war is declared a crusade supported by a warrior-like Christian God, and when quasi-Christian student organizations are favored by educators and promoted by these leaders. Listen, frankly, if God needs Republicans to defend Christianity, we're in deep trouble. You do? Here are some ideas to promote religious liberty. First, recognize this bigotry rejects the values of America and breaks the laws of the land. So call out the politicians and influencers who are scorning one of the highest achievements of American society. Second, use your voice on social media and in the community to respect the followers of all faith traditions. Set an example of openness, constructive dialogue, and shared values. Third, connect with a neighbor or coworker. of the Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, Mormon, or any other faith group that is different from your own, to recognize them as a valuable fellow citizen. Ask about their beliefs. Take time to share yours in a constructive dialogue. Attend a worship service outside of your own group to broaden your horizons. Let me conclude. In America, everyone is vital in building a great society, far more healthy, constructive, and rich than the world has ever known. Let's do this together. When we protect the freedom of the Muslim family in Sugar Land, we protect the freedom of a Baptist family in Beaumont or of a Hindu family in Houston. Religious liberty isn't just their issue, it's ours.